claims. I'm not just saying that I'm being attacked. I have medical evidence from the attorney, my human rights attorney in Diego Corral, stated it was irrefutable proof. Irrefutable proof I'm being attacked. And
Okay, let's back up for a minute, Brian. Well, first of all, the evidence that you claim to have, evidence in quotation marks, it does not show severe damage to your hearing. It shows very normal age-related degeneration of your hearing ability, especially at higher frequencies associated with going into middle and older age like you are. Just because that's happening doesn't mean you're being attacked by CIA or whatever. And second, this Diego Corral person, you repeatedly said, Diego Corral was corrupted. The CIA got to him. So how can, on one hand, you say your attorney was corrupt, but then on the other hand, you're using Diego Corral, the same guy that you said was corrupted, as a source of authority on whether or not your claims are legitimate? You can't have it both ways, Brian.
That's the game they play. So they want to try to say and discredit me and seize me and say I'm crazy. But the problem is, where did the trauma to my ears come from?
Well, the problem is, Brian, you went to, let's see, was it the State of Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation? You got seen by a psychologist who diagnosed you with schizoaffective disorder. You voluntarily admitted that evidence to the board in order to obtain benefits. So if you're not crazy, why did you allow that diagnosis to be used in order to gain you all these benefits so you didn't have to work, Brian? Again, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, I'm not crazy, but then later go onto the board and say, I am crazy, give me money. Which way is it, Brian? Make up your mind.
If I'm not being attacked, where did the trauma to my ears come from? Diagnosed by many doctors around the world.
Old age.
I'm not making that up. And I certainly didn't have it before the attacks began. That proves irrefutably that I am being attacked.
No, it doesn't.
They use medical COINTELPRO. They target the medical treatment of the victim.
You've never gotten treatment, Brian. You always run out of the hospital.
Truth coming out of the American atrocities against so many people.
All you care about is getting these stupid goddamn tests. All you want to do is go to the clinic, get a test, and leave. You never want treatment. You were in America, just a few weeks ago. You were in New York. You left before the doctors could do anything for you. You just wanted to get tests. That's all you wanted. You just want tests. You were in Santa Monica. You're just about to get seen by a doctor, and you ran out. You ran away. You don't want treatment, Brian. You want these stupid goddamn tests that you don't even understand what they say. You get these audiology reports that show you have pretty normal hearing for someone of your age. You just have age-related degeneration of the higher frequencies. That's pretty normal. In fact, one of the things that I'm rambling a little bit, but business owners like to do, and they have these teenagers that like ride their skateboards in front of their business. They can play these very high-pitched sounds that these younger people, they can still hear because their hearing is excellent. So they can hear these higher frequencies, and it's like a really high, it's the same way of dogs. They can hear these frequencies and it really hurts their ears and they run away. But the older people who are the regular customers, they can't hear it because as they get older, they lose the ability to hear those frequencies. That's what's happening to you, Brian. There's nothing abnormal about hearing loss in old age. If you do have any hearing problems, Brian, it's because you're always putting these earbuds in and you're listening at such ungodly high volumes. If you have hearing problems, it's because of that, if you have any at all. But other than that, it's because you're getting older. Those tests, you don't even understand what the graphs say. You just get test after test after test, and you say, this is proof. Just believe me, it's proof. Never mind what the test actually says, what the graph shows. It's proof because you say so. No, it's not, Brian.
The problem is, with me and others, where did the trauma come from? I have medical proof from Central America. I have medical proof from South America. I have medical proof from North America, right here in the United States, that I have all this damage to my ears, which I did not have before I filed the federal lawsuit against the FBI in Louisville in 2011 when the attacks began.
That you lost.
The torture, now I was targeted before that. The attacks were targeting my ears.
You lost that lawsuit, Bryan.
My heart began in 2011. And I have medical evidence
No, you
to
don't.
prove it.
No, you don't.
So, you know, anyone who wants to say Bryan Tew is crazy
Bryan Tew is crazy. He's been
has
diagnosed.
to deal with the fact that he has medical evidence to prove otherwise.
But your evidence doesn't say that,
You
Bryan.
know, I have medical evidence from doctors in Central America, doctors in South America.
You just said
doctors
that, and it's still wrong.
in other places in the country. And this live video was disruptive. This is the second attempt to make it. I mean, this is called filtering it. It basically allows the government to control all distribution and visibility.
Yeah, I can see your video, Bryan. I can see it just fine.
But, you know, I'm not making it up.
Yes, you are.
And I have medical evidence to
No, you
prove
don't.
the attacks.
No, you don't.
And I presented medical evidence at my asylum. At my asylum hearings, at my asylum requests. And it was corrupted by the American government. They have a long arm. And there's some type of global agreement. I believe, I can't understand how this
Because your asylum request is full of
global,
shit, Bryan.
there not be some type of
You're not entitled to it.
protocol in place